say. Now, is this a crazy thing to say? This is wild. This is an absolutely wild thing to say, especially when Florida State had the year they had last year, especially when Tommy Castellanos got benched last year at Boston College. Yes, Saban's not there. It doesn't matter. It's still Bama. It's still a top 10 defense.
Y'all get to go put hands on this man. Y'all get to baptize this man. You get to tell him what it's like to be baptized in the tide, in the blood. If you know what I mean here, we're going to help this man go see Jesus about himself and about some of the things that he has made. We're going to ask him, hey, are you happy with the choices that you decided to make, particularly on June 23rd?
What the business is, what the business is, what the business is. Roll Tide, everybody. Y'all know who this is. It's me. It's Piano Man. Yep. The long run. Y'all know what the business is. I don't even have to tell you no more. What's up, Sissy? Kimberly, Roll Tide. Susan, Roll Tide to you. Anitra, you doggone right is on and popping. What the business is, you know, you already know. Roll Tide. Roll Tide to you. Yeah, Latoya in the house. Stephen Hicks. How many days we got, Stephen? Roll Tide, brother. You know what to say. You know what the business is. You know what to do. You know what it do. You know what it do. Kimberly, Anitra, Latoya, Stephen, all y'all. I thought I saw DSG. There he is. DSGB84. That's my dog from Athens. What's up? What's up? What's up, bro? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. And y'all do know that didn't he say it? Got to be baptized in the blood. Come on now. See, that's what I'm talking about. And for the next 19 days, you're going to keep hearing that right there as our intro. And can I tell you something? And when somebody else say something dumb and crazy, we going to come with another clip of whomever. We don't care. We take it care. Listen, the disrespect will be addressed. The disrespect will be addressed. Now, I was going to I have a code word that we're gonna do for Florida State. I almost gave it away last night on TikTok, but I'm going to wait until possibly next week after, maybe the week of the game. I'm not quite sure, but we're going to have a little code word, and it's going to be the word for the team that we're playing. Each week we're going to have a different code word. Florida State's going to have one. ULM is going to have one. Wisconsin's going to have one, and Georgia's going to have one. All those for the month of September. Yeah. And so I got a code word for everybody in the month of September. Hadn't quite got one for October, the teams that we play in October yet. But trust me, for August and September, So we are ready to roll. So we getting it on over here, y'all. And over here on the long run, we gonna make it happen. I say that, Kimberly. You know what, Sissy? I'm going to put you on up here on the big screen. Sissy say, I'm ready for some Alabama football. You got that right. I'm ready for it too, Sissy. I am ready for some Alabama football. I'm ready to hear. You know what? KT said it best about a week or so ago when she said she wants to hear. And one of y'all said it, when the elephant gets to humming out there. I want to hear that. I want to hear that. You know, I want to hear the music playing and everything. I want to hear the announcer say, "First down, Alabama," and then a crowd say, "Roll Tide." I'm ready for that, Stephen. I'm ready. Yeah, Nitra, Bama gonna roll. Bama's gonna roll. Bama's gonna roll. I have sent out a link for some of my brothers to join if they get a chance. And I know 5 o'clock is not the best hour and everything, but I was just trying to get it going and all that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, Susan, let me see. Let me just go ahead and put you up there so I'll know to address this. Okay. I hope that some of my brothers come on. But until then, we're gonna start talking and everything. And I'll take your questions from the chat. But there's a couple of things we're going to talk about. Like I said earlier this morning, there are some things that we're going to discuss about our beloved Alabama Crimson Tide. But to answer Susan's question, I heard the O-line is looking good. What did you hear? Yes, they are looking good. They're looking better. They're getting some continuity about them. We all do know Hulk or Jaden Roberts is dinged up, but it's nothing long term. But they did plug in Vandermark where he is, and then they're just putting in, pulling out, putting somebody else in. They're going to get the right fit. They're going to get the right fit. But to answer your question, Susan, yes, they are looking good. And like Coach DeBoer said Saturday, it was one of those give and take scrimmages. So it was just one of those things that happened. So, like I said, let not your heart be troubled. It's just the first scrimmage. They will have another scrimmage Saturday, and then possibly we will be hearing very, very soon who the starting quarterback is going to be. And like I said, whomever it is, Piano Man is going to support whomever it is. Susan, will Roberts be ready for FSU? They have not given a particular timeline, but they just said that it was just said that, per Coach DeBoer, that his injury along with, is it James Smith, their injuries are not long-term. They're not long-term. So, when you listen to a Kalen DeBoer interview, he goes as vague as he can. He doesn't. He's not very specific. He respects the privacy of the team and this, that, and the third. But he just says it does not expect to be long-term. Hopefully that he's ready for FSU. But if not, we just gonna go ahead and make it do what it do. And I have faith in the team. I have faith that everything is going to work out just fine. But yes, Anitra, you got that right. We need everyone healthy. Now, I did hear that Jalen Hale is going to be okay. I did hear that Jalen Hale is going to be okay. Okay, he's going to be okay. So we're going to be fine. Lacia Brooks, everybody. But like Anitra said, we need everyone healthy. And I hope that, you know what? I don't mean to sound like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't mean to sound like a broken record. Lord knows I don't. I don't mean to sound like a broken record. But I keep saying injuries is our number one X factor on both sides of the ball. On both sides of the ball, injuries. Because I believe that, like what I was saying about Roll Tide, Nick. Roll Tide, good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. One of the things that I will say back up here, and what Latoya was just saying, keyword continuity. They've got to be they've got to be that. They've got to be on the same page. Everybody's got to be flowing on the same page, and those are some of the things that our coaching staff is addressing. They're addressing that to make sure that everyone's on the same page, because to let people tell it that we're this, we're that, we're scattered all over the place. I'm talking about folks that are non-Alabama fans, because they're saying we're done. They're saying we're finished. This, that, and the third. Y'all know I don't even have to go through that with y'all, but I choose to believe differently. So I believe we're getting it together, y'all. We are getting it together. And so just continue to just keep our team, and I'm going to say this, keep really all teams covered in prayer. Injuries are real. All kinds of things are real. But we just have to, just keep them all in prayer and ask God to protect them and everything. But as far as Alabama Crimson Tide goes, we got to see to it Well, they got to see to it. I ain't like I'm part of the darn team, but we got to see to it. All of us, stay. The continuity has to be there. Everybody has to be singing from the same sheet of music, and I believe that they are. So, shout out to all y'all that's in the chat. I'm looking forward to this evening. I'm looking forward to. I know B Sharp may or may not can get on. But I'm looking forward to when our live is over. I'm looking forward to going over up there and hanging out with B Sharp. And we're going to hear, Susan, exactly what's going on at the Alabama camp, what actually happened at the scrimmage on Saturday and everything. So when we leave from here, we'll go over there and hang out with B Sharp. And he has a guest coming on that was literally there. I spoke with Ryan just for a few minutes. And matter of fact, I'm going to tell you, Ryan was there. Fowler was there Saturday. And this is what he said right here. Wait a minute. Here we go. There we go. And I asked, and this is what's up, I believe Crimson. We on the same team. That's right. We're on the same team. What's up, G Bama boy? Roll Tide. I asked him. This is why I text. I said, "How do we look today?" And this is why he was there. He said, "Coaches are never pleased, but this team is going to be good." Today was a confirmation of that. So this team is going to be good. So that's where I am. So that's all I needed to hear. Was that we're going to be good. We're going to be okay. Can't tell everything. Just can't tell everything. But, if anybody that knows anything about coaching, coaches really are never, ever satisfied. And they're not supposed to be, because we want to make sure that everybody stays on their P's and Q's. So I'm excited about our guys. I'm excited about the upcoming season. I'm excited about the family here. I'm excited about the channel of network of channels that I frequent and that I chat with and all that kind of stuff. And KB and B Sharp and Coach Sean and Coach Carl and others. Icebox, all those guys. I'm elated to have a part in chatting with all of them, other chats that I'm in via Twitter and other social media venues. So the Alabama Nation is big. We're not perfect by a long shot. We got some crazies in there. Yes, we do. We've got some crazies in there. But there are more sane people than it is the insane. Pulling out the red cup, Kimberly. Juice, Kimberly. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you. So it's gonna be all right. Now let's hop to it. Everybody knows, for those of us that kind of keep up with it, everybody knows that the AP rankings came out today. We know that. Hey, Gwen, roll Tide. Yeah, Stephen, I kind of have to agree with you there, sir. Because you have voices talking to you. So yeah, I kind of have to agree with you there. But hey, I love it though. But I love it. Yes, I do. I really love it. And everything. But back to what I was saying. We all know that the Alabama Crimson Tide, the AP came out today with their preseason rankings from number 1 through 25. Now, me personally, I agree with the ranking. Now, they have Oregon over Bama, yeah, and you know what? And you know what? G Bama boy, I sort of agree with it. I sort of agree with it. Now, we all know that most of these rankings come by way of, number one, of what happened last year. Number two, what a lot of them think the potential of happening this year. Now, we all know that Texas is ranked number one, but I want to do something a little different. And y'all know me, I love to start at the end and work my way to the beginning. Okay. So I want y'all to pay attention to this part, because there's a question that I'm going to ask here in just a minute, and I do want your opinion of it in the chat. All right, so here we go. These are some of the schools. Matter of fact, I'll run through all of them because I'm just going to talk real fast and just listen. Just listen for me, because here we go. These are some of the schools that did not make the top 25. You know, you got BYU, Utah, Baylor. Pay attention to that. BYU, Utah, Baylor, Louisville, USC, Georgia Tech, Missouri, Tulane, Nebraska, UNLV, Toledo, Auburn, James Madison, Memphis, Florida State, Duke, Liberty, Navy, Iowa, TCU, Pitt, Army, Colorado, and Louisiana. Okay? Those are the ones they receive votes, but not enough to crack the top 25. Okay? So let me go through them one more time. BYU, Utah, Baylor, Louisville, USC, Georgia Tech, Missouri, Tulane, Nebraska, UNLV, Toledo, Auburn, James Madison, Memphis, Florida State, Duke, Liberty, Navy, Iowa, TCU, Pitt, Army, Colorado, Louisiana. Okay? Now, I need you to remember those teams. And do I have my pencil with me? And here's my pen, rather. Because y'all know the Piano Man has been high on some games. I've been pretty high on some games. Out of these others receiving votes, remember that Baylor and Auburn plays on August 29th. That's game one for them. Yeah, what's up, Stacy? Go Dogs. There she is. What's up, Stacy? Oh, yeah, Stacy. We follow each other. We all follow each other. Yes, we do. Good to see you, Stacy. Good to see you. But we all know that Baylor plays Auburn on August the 29th. Baylor and Auburn plays. That's the first game of the year. We know Florida State playing Bama. I'm just looking at some of the other teams and trying to remember who they play. But the fact is, what's up, Panama Jack? There's Florida State's #1 fan. Yeah, there he is right there. I just got through talking about Florida State. Panama, they received some votes to be in the top 25. They're toward the bottom tier of the bottom there and everything. But the point that I'm making is that and you're going to see exactly which way I'm coming from as we break this down. So, hey, KT, what the business is, you know. So coming in at number 25 is Boise State. And last year, their preseason ranking was at the beginning of the year. was number 28. They finished number 8. Coming in at 24th is Texas Tech. I've told you all, watch them this year. Watch them. I'm not going to just say NIL played a lot to do with it, but a lot of the transfer portal and the things that go along with it played a lot into Texas Tech. Texas Tech is one of those teams that is sort of predicted to be up there in that Big 12, and they could be, my producer Dwight is here. What's up, bro? They could be one of those dark horses in the Big 12 that could keep a favorite out. You see what I'm saying? It's going to all make sense in just a minute. It's going to start making sense. So Tennessee is ranked number 24. Preseason ranking last year was 15. They finished at 9th. Iowa State final was in the they finished last year 15th. Ole Miss, their preseason ranking last year was 6th. They finished 11th. Okay, that's at number 21. So, oh yeah, Stacy, we go hard over here. We go hard. Listen, Stacy, we go hard for Bama football. We go hard for football. You see what I'm saying? Even though we're Bama, we go hard. We love football. We just do. We love football. I'm trying to find somebody else to listen to when B Sharp and all those, and we know, Stacy. We know. Stacy, we know Stacy. Stacy, you remind us every week of Go Dogs. You remind us every week. Okay. So here we go. Let's put this on the screen. Put this on the screen. Here we go. All right, let's put this on the screen. So there we go. There's your top 25. And Stacy, one of these days, and I'm gonna tell you something. We the respectful fans of Stacy. Now, sometimes we can get a little rowdy over here. It just depends on what the subject matter is. But we will never disrespect you, Stacy. We got you. DSG B84, one of my main listeners. That's my main man now. Diehard Georgia Bulldog to his heart and everything. We got Panama Jack, who's a Florida State fan. I got what's his name from Tennessee. So it's a mixture of people. It's a mixture of fan bases in here. Got a couple of Ohio State fans in here. So, don't pay Stacy, and I know you do. We like you too, Stacy. You cool people. Just don't pay Steven. So anyway, back to the top 25. It's a melting pot, yeah. So back to the top 25. So we see it on the screen and everything. But what I want us to start paying attention to is, and I've said this before, I'm going to say this again, and that's this here. In week 1, a shakeup is going to happen in week 1. That's why I don't understand why some people are so upset about this preseason ranking, this poll right here. Because weeks 1 through 4 are going to, this is going to be shaken up in week 1. So hear me on out. Iowa State, so I stopped at number 21 and everything. So now we are coming in at number 20, and we have Indiana, who last season did not have a ranking but finished 10th. Number 19 is Texas A&M, and they finished 30. Their preseason ranking was 20, and they finished 35th. See, they fell off the wagon. Oklahoma is number 18. Their preseason ranking was 16th. Last year, they wasn't even ranked at the end. Kansas State is coming in at number 17, and their final ranking last year was 30th. Coming in at 16th is SMU. Yeah, Exactly, Susan. It's going to give everybody, all of us, something to push for, but especially Alabama. Okay. And Stacy, go Dogs. Hold on, because I'm gonna show you something in just a second, and just a theory that I have. Kansas State finishes number 30. SMU is number 16. Florida number 15. Okay, Florida number 15. They wasn't ranked, and they finished in number 33 last year. Michigan number 14. Matter of fact, I'm about to circle them. I'm about to circle them. I'm about to circle Michigan. Or I'm gonna put a check by them. I'm putting a check by Michigan. Why? I've said before, I'm gonna say it again. I personally don't think that the NCAA is actually going to do anything to Michigan. Until they do it, until it happens, I will not believe it. Okay? I won't believe it. There we go. There we are. Let me see. Dun, 3. Well, anyway, it says so we got Michigan. I'm just watching. Michigan. I'm watching Michigan. I believe Michigan is going to beat Ohio State again. I believe that they are. They sort of own them right now. You know, I believe that they're going to beat them. So I'm what's up, Milton? Roll Tide, brother. I believe that Michigan is going to be there. I'm still of the firm persuasion that in the Big Ten, Michigan, Penn State, Ohio State, Oregon, that's your big four. That's your big four, you know, right there. And people don't look at it like this, but to a certain degree, they're no different than the SEC. They beat up on each other. They do. They do. Michigan, Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State. They all play, you know, they play each other. Now, this year, I have to go back and look and see exactly. Hey, Truthful Jones, what's up? Roll Tide. But here we are. So you got Michigan at 14. Then you have South Carolina coming in at 13. Now, if you look at the poll over here, if you look at the poll, and let's find South Carolina. All right. So we see South Carolina's coming in at 13th, right? Now check this out. South Carolina plays Clemson. South Carolina plays Bama. South Carolina plays LSU. Just a sec. Let me see. I'm looking. Here we go. I'm looking at the top 25 right quick. All right, they're playing they're playing LSU, they're playing Oklahoma, they're playing Alabama, they're playing Ole Miss, they're playing Texas A&M. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, and they're playing Clemson. So when you look at South Carolina's schedule, they're playing one heck of a top 25 schedule. This is why, well, Stacy, I'll deal with you in a minute. Wait a minute. Let me start this right quick. Okay, you coming up in here, like we said. Hold up. What's up, Mr. P? I see you. All right. I see you. I got you started right there, Stacy. So I'm gonna deal with you in just a second. So look at South Carolina's schedule. They're playing a top 25 schedule. This is what I guess I'm trying to say is that all of our schedules, especially those of us that are in the SEC, we beat each other up. And a lot of times we cancel each other out. We cancel each other out. And sometimes we cancel ourselves out, like Alabama did last year. We canceled our own selves out, losing to Oklahoma, losing to Vanderbilt, losing to Tennessee. I think we could have lost to 2, but not 3. And shouldn't have lost. And those games that we lost, we shouldn't have. But now, that was then, this is now. But that's what we're talking about. So when you look at these schedules and everything, the SEC, that's what makes our conference. Now, a lot of people want to say our conference is overrated. I beg to differ. Not when you got teams in the top 25 playing other teams within the top 25. How can you be overrated? But anyway, that's their feeling and that's their little red wagon, and they can ride it as long as they want. But Michigan is number 14. South Carolina is 13. Illinois 12. Okay. Illinois 12. We've got Arizona State. We got them round the hatch there. It's crazy, man. Arizona State is 11th. Miami is 10th. Watch this. Shake up in week 1. Number 10, Miami plays number 6, Notre Dame, week 1. That's why I'm not worried about this too much. I'm not, but number 10 is Miami. Number 8, number 10, number 9 is LSU. Shake up. LSU, number 9, playing number 4, Clemson, week 1. I'm not worried about that. Alabama, number 8. Oregon 7. Like I said, Notre Dame 6. Georgia is 5th. Now I'm gonna say this. Now, Stacy, I said I was gonna start your let me find it right quick. Because she said something in the chat. I wanted to start. Now I can't find it. I know I'm probably going to. Okay, let me go back down. She said that earlier. I got to find something that she said. Anyway, Stacy made the statement that she said, just so y'all know, if I'm not, just so y'all know, Georgia is the best team. Now, Stacy, I've given y'all's props. I really have. You all are the defending SEC champions. Yes, we beat y'all. And I think we will continue to beat you all. But I cannot argue with you on the fact that you all are the best team because y'all are the SEC champs. But I think that this year is going to change. Now, the one thing I have to give Georgia credit for, y'all shut Texas up and they can't stop talking. Somebody wrote on here the other day, Texas, it was something about Texas and how great Texas was. And I had to remind them, I said, Georgia beat you twice. And the second time they beat you with a backup quarterback. That'll let you know y'all in trouble. Y'all couldn't handle Georgia. Couldn't handle it. Twice. So, Stacey, you're not going to get an argument out of me. Panama, let me finish dealing with Stacey. So, Stacey, you're not going to get an argument out of me about that until we play y'all. And this is what I predicted. I want an SEC championship between Alabama and Georgia. Forget that Texas foolishness. I want a real SEC battle between Alabama and Georgia. Okay, so like I said, Stacy, I'm not gonna be the one to argue with you on that one because y'all got it. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. But I do want y'all to kick Texas again. I'm just being honest with you. I want y'all to kick Texas again. I want y'all to kick Texas again. Get them. Get them. Sick them. Sick them, dog. Sick them. Now, Panama Jack, I disagree with you right there. I totally disagree. Oregon, you got Arizona State 11th, Miami 10th, LSU 9th, Bama 8th, Oregon 7th, Notre Dame 6th. Bama is right where they need to be. And if it were me personally, I would have put Bama 10th. I would have put Bama 10th. Okay. Thank you for putting us at 8. But for Piano Man, I still believe it's still a little bit too high. Give me something to work for. Give me some. Don't see. Here's where the problem's gonna be. And Stacey, you might not like this too much, but here's where the possibilities come in, y'all. So Notre Dame 6th, Georgia's 5th, Clemson's 4th, Ohio State's 3rd, Penn State's 2nd, Texas is 1st, right? I've told you all, week 1, shake-up gonna start. Number 1 versus number 3. Okay? Number 1 versus number 3. LSU playing number 9 versus number 4. Number 10, Miami's playing at number 6. How did Penn State get the 2? I'm gonna tell you how they got the 2. Look at all they bought back, and they went into the transfer portal. They got in there hard and heavy, and that money got the floating. I read that to y'all earlier part of the year, and so, but week 1 will be a shakeup. Now let me get to that right quick. All right. I'm glad that I decided to wait until tonight to do this part. So week 1. So remember when I read to y'all the teams that did not get into the top 25 and everything, but they're right there at it and all that good stuff. They receive votes. Well, here are 2 right here. Baylor, Auburn. Week 1. 2 teams that's right outside the top 25. From week 1, you have an SEC team versus a Big 12 team. That's where we are. That's what's going to be happening. So, Panama Jack, the point that I'm making is that 6 and that 8, all that kind of stuff, bruh. Week 1, we don't need any targets on our back. I would rather play the role of the hunter versus being the hunted. Alabama's already the hunted simply because of the name. Your big boys are already the hunted simply because of the name. Who does Penn State play first? A rinky-dink team. I think, hold up, Dino, I'll tell you in just a second. Penn State, got you right here. Penn State is playing Nevada. Here's Penn State's schedule. It's Penn State's schedule right here. Bino. The first game is Nevada. Then they play FIU. Then they play Villanova. Their first 3 games are basically nothing. Yes, thank you, KT. Penn State's first game is basically junior college kids. Nevada, yes. They play Nevada, then FIU, then Villanova. Y'all. Hold it. The only, my brother, B Sharp. What's up, bro?
Not much, man. I said, man, I forgot I gotta be up here, man. I had to come up here and support my brother.
Oh man, hey, look here. I told him I didn't know if he was gonna make it on tonight, cause tonight the big night, and we gonna roll through this so we can come over there at your house.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, you gotta support the fam first, man. That comes second, man. You on here first, definitely gotta support you first. And we'll worry about that after. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody at Nitra, Latoya, BT, Miss Susan, KT, Steven, man. Y'all, Nick. I see all y'all in the chat, man.
Stacy Go Dogs up in here.
Oh, Stacy Go Dogs.
Yeah, Stacy. Oh yeah, man. But we talking about this AP 25 schedule. This poll rather, and I'm going through Penn State's schedule because Susan asked the question, how did Penn State get to be number 2? I told her part of the reason is because of who they had coming back. They loaded that roster up. And got some running backs, this, that, and all that kind of stuff. But I was going through Penn State's schedule. Now check this out, B Sharp. And we done been through this, but they play Nevada, FIU, Villanova. Then they play Oregon. That's going to be their first test.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is they play Oregon at Happy Valley, so that may help them. But I don't know how strong Oregon's going to be this year. But they play Oregon, then they go to UCLA. Then they play Northwestern. Then they go to Iowa. Then they go to Ohio State. I'm going to tell you now, just in my humble opinion, if they don't beat Ohio State this year, they never will. They never will. They never will. They won't. They won't. They won't. Ohio State. Then they play Indiana. They go to Michigan State. They play Nebraska. And then they go to Rutgers. So there you are, Susan. Bino. That's Penn State schedule. But I've been said before. I'm going to say it again. Week one, y'all, will be a shakeup. What you think, B Sharp?
Oh man, it's definitely gonna be a shakeup week 1. Of course, you got all the big time games. I wish the AP would make up their mind on who's gonna be 1 and 2. The only thing they did was just move Penn State ahead of Ohio State when it was just a 1-2 matchup. So we definitely gonna see. It ain't gonna be too much madness going on week 1. It's a lot to recover from. So it's only a matter of time. But it's definitely gonna be just a little shakeup. That's all.
Yeah, because like I told them, you have Texas playing Ohio State. You have Clemson playing LSU. Miami playing Notre Dame. Clemson playing LSU. Somebody else I said. Auburn playing Baylor. What's up, Double L? Auburn playing
Baylor. What's going on?
So yeah, that's what the AP poll looking like. What's up, Ebony? What's up? Stacy, in just a few minutes, matter of fact, in 45 minutes to be exact, B Sharp will be on tonight in 45 minutes. Tonight he's on tonight. Sometimes he's on Tuesdays, right, B Sharp?
Yeah, most of the time they're gonna be on Tuesday. And of course we're gonna go back to the what Ty used to do, them Monday wrap-ups, like college football chatter, everybody talking about what happened over the weekend. So start that up on when the season start on Mondays at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
but mostly on Tuesdays and Sundays.
And so since my brother gonna be doing that, I'm gonna be modifying my own schedule and everything. So is Stacy, I come on twice on Mondays, but probably when the season starts, I may just cut it down to one time and then just be on the round table with my brother, and then we have us all there, and and we just gonna go from there. But week 1 is going to be exciting, though. Be sharp. But let me ask you this. I'm going to get back on. I'm going to get back on my horse again. Be sharp. So here we go. You know how I feel about this. What about, like, okay, we know Alabama's playing Florida State, so we got from now until they play them to talk about them. But one game that intrigues me, and they're not even ranked, again, is Auburn and Baylor. What you think the ramifications are in that game, and who comes away with the win?
Is it Baylor game?
The Baylor-Auburn game.
It's going to be a tough environment for Auburn to go in there to just win that game, because it's on the road. You're in Texas. Baylor is a good team. Auburn going to have a decent team rolling up in there, but you rather get those type of games early, not those games out like that Baylor game. It's not going to be as easy as folks think, especially if you go in there lollygagging around and thinking that, oh man, it's just Baylor, we just gonna go in there and beat them by 14, get up out of there. You feel that way, you're gonna be in a dog fight to the end, if not blown out. So you better come in there and take care of business day one, because I know if they lose that game, Hugh Freeze seat, it was already on the hot seat, it's damn near boiling over.
Yeah. And so, do you know anything about Baylor? Do you know, like, their players, this, that, and the third? I know their quarterback is good.
Mm-hmm.
Got a decent quarterback. The quarterback is basically all world. But do you know anything about him?
No, man. I remember they had a receiver, man. He was playing good in the Colorado game last year. I gotta look at the stars coming back this year, because I'm really not familiar. I haven't been really looking up the guys that's on the roster right now compared to last year. Now I do remember, now looking at it now, I remember Kobe Prentice on there that used to play for us. Kobe is a big pickup from them, and I remember what's his name went to Baylor too, Walker. I just had the thing up, and I don't know why I went away from it. That quarterback, they had Walker White behind Sawyer Roberts. So he senior, he a red shirt senior. So yeah, they got one in Kobe Prentice out there, man.
Yeah.
At that position. And Jackie Marshall, I remember him. Looking at it, you see like certain names on here that stand out, like Jackie Marshall on that DN position. And definitely want to see Caden Jenkins play. I seen him play good last year. So man, it's definitely gonna be a couple of players. I don't know too many players. I haven't really looked at that Auburn Baylor game that deep, but I know Baylor has a couple of guys. But I know Auburn definitely has a lot of guys, especially at that receiver position.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this, B Sharp. Baylor has 13 returning starters coming back, 8 on offense and 5 on defense. And like you said, the quarterback, Sawyer Robertson, he's coming back. Then Kobe Prentice has found his way into the starting spot there, along with Josh Cameron and Ashton Hawkins. So Baylor's going to be loaded. And like what you said, Auburn cannot afford to go over there and just lay down and think that they're going to go over there and say, we're from the big bad NCC. Y'all lay down and let us run over you. No, Baylor has something to prove, just like Auburn does. Now, from Auburn's standpoint, how do you think Jackson Arnold will do? That's the question. What's up, Herb and Raj?
Herb and Rod, what's going on with y'all, man?
Wait a minute. Hold up, Herb and Rod. I got something for you. Wait just a second. All right. Here we go. Let's see something here. Hit me right there, Herb and Rod. If you want to, man, come on. I did that the easy way.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to B Sharp showing me what to do there.
Oh no, it's all good. But what you was asking about Auburn?
Yeah, how do you think Jackson Arnold would do? That's basically the question of the hour concerning Auburn.
I know him going down there. Basically just hearing from all those Auburn fans, and not Auburn fans, Oklahoma guys like Jason and Jay and JB. Shout out to those brothers who do awesome content for Oklahoma. Like anything, like they felt like Jackson was overwhelmed, especially Jason felt like he was overwhelmed. He just didn't live up to the his hype. Now this is a fresh start for him. If he goes on the road still playing like the same way, like how Peyton Thorne came in playing last year, I think Auburn's in big trouble, and Hugh Freeze could be going out the door because they expect and a little more playmaking ability from that quarterback position. I believe if you're a 5-star, you got to show why you are a 5-star. At least play up to a 4-star level. We don't need you playing like a pedestrian, like you a walk-on. You out there for a reason. So if you can't show out against a Big 12 defense who is not that strong, you're gonna have a long day. For real. And I know a lot of people gonna be like, okay, you playing like this against Baylor, how you gonna play against the Georgias? You gonna play against the Alabamas? You gonna play against the who else do they play? They play Oklahoma on the road. There's some teams that they have to play this year. So and you want to go to that next level. So only time gonna tell.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm just this firm believer, B Sharp, that I've just got this funny feeling and a sneaky suspicion that Baylor is going to upset Auburn. I just have this. It's
a possibility.
Man, look who's coming to the stage. This the one. It's the only. There he is. What's up, Herb?
Herb, what's going on, brother?
What up, man? Y'all good tonight?
Yes, sir. Hey, man. Good to see you, man.
I'm doing the best I can with what I got.
Well, you going with your B Star with Brinsky over there, so man, you know he never leads you astray, so you good.
Yeah, man, good to see you, Herb. Man, I've been trying to get you on here for a minute. Finally.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We know them early mornings. Sometimes they're weird, but this just happened to be a day where I'm home and the wife is gone, so it's ain't no fussing going on in the house. So
well, all right then, brother. I'm glad. But Herb, we're talking about the AB Top 25 poll,
right?
I just want your take on what you saw. Now, what B Sharp and I we were kind of discussing are like these games in week 1.
Yeah,
that's involving some of the top 5, top 10 teams, and you're going to have a shakeup within the poll. So that's what we're talking about.
Yes, sir. Yep. And I caught it the tail end of the with the Auburn one, what Brinsky was talking about too. A lot of when we had an Oklahoma preview, that guy on there kind of he echoed a lot of what he was just saying there. Jackson Arnold, some of the fault was on him and some of the fault was the situation he was put in, but nobody in Oklahoma is like really upset that he's gone either. You know what I mean? So I think they're fine with it either way. Auburn just they better come correct in that first game. Baylor is definitely looking to knock them off. Now, what's going to help them is, the offense might not be great in the first game, but those first games can get ugly. Defense will be ahead of the game, so I think Auburn will still have a great defense and they'll keep them in it. But nobody in Oklahoma is missing Jackson Arnold, so it's going to be interesting. And Freeze cannot seem to solve the quarterback position. He ties himself to guys, and it's not always the best. So we'll see.
Well, is Freeze on the hot seat?
Yeah, for sure. We had Auburn people on. So the Auburn guy we had, we do a summer series, so we had several teams on there, especially if Alabama plays, and we try to talk to them. they're trying to be optimistic at an 8 to 9 win season. But one of my best friends is Auburn guy, and he posted on there, "Hey man, if you don't win 10 games, he's fired." So I don't I don't know if there's a path to that for real, but he's on the hot seat. Especially, don't let Alabama have a great season and Auburn not even get to a bowl. He's gone. But if Alabama makes the playoffs and Auburn's sitting there like 8 wins, yeah, I think the pressure's going to be on them.
Yeah,
you can't be bad at recruiting and not make the play. One of those two got to come through. So,
yeah, because I believe he would have been fired last year. The recruiting, the one that really saved him for the most part, because the class was so good.
Yeah,
like we let him go now. Oh man, all they're gonna do is just the recruits are just gonna go somewhere else. I believe a lot of those guys would have just went other places.
Definitely.
Message for you there, be sharp.
Yeah.
Be sure and give it to the wife there.
Oh yeah, I got you. I got you. And damn Georgia fans. And she's a Georgia alum, so that makes it worse.
Yeah, you got 3 of them up in here. Tonight you got DSG, his dad, Mr. P, and Stacy Go Dog. So you got, you got 3 Georgia fans, and I have to salute them. They beat us. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're the champ. They ain't beat us, but they're the SEC champs. So, but I think that's gonna change this year. I hope it changed this year. But anyway, but
they good people, man. They good people.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But be sharp. Back to you right quick.
Mm-hmm.
With Auburn, I'm just gonna deal with Auburn because we got all the time to talk about Bama and and their schedule. Do you see? Let's just go straight to the game that I want to talk about. Auburn, Oklahoma. What you see happening in that game?
You said Auburn, Oklahoma?
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be a madhouse in there especially if Jackson Arnold is starting that game. You expect him to come back to Oklahoma. The crowd is gonna be crazy, especially with them having John Mateer there. And Brent Venables knows him very well. That's one thing that I am going to be keeping a close eye on, because Brent knows his weakness. And what is Brent Venables' specialty? Defense. So he's gonna do that to whatever he knows you're terrible at. He's gonna run that at you all night long until you can stop it. But I don't think it's gonna be that good of a night for Jackson Arnold, because I don't think Hugh Freeze is that good of a play caller to out scheme Brent Venables. Because I think last year the only thing that kept the game close last year was quarterback play, which a true freshman went on the road to Auburn, and we see how Auburn gave that game away. Now they're going to Oklahoma.
Yeah,
that crowd is not going to be quiet at all, especially with Jackson Arnold coming in there. And they're gonna want their revenge because of the way he left. Not saying that they upset that he left, but they were just like, especially if he playing good, like, oh, you playing good other places, so you about to come in here and you about to play good. Oh, it ain't about to go down.
Right.
So expect Brent Venables to write up a perfect game plan for that week. And hopefully it's not a night game, because it really gonna get scary up in there.
I hear you. Herb, go ahead. Tell me what you think about that game.
No, I mean he hit it perfectly on there. That's an interesting one, because that's the SEC opener for Auburn. So you're gonna kind of see what you have at offense at that point. Like you said, it's funny. They're not upset that he left, but nobody wants the guy who transferred from you to play well anywhere else anyway. So that the environment's gonna be crazy. Now, let's say Auburn slips up against Baylor, and I don't know if Jay Bake's around, but he's already been trying to predict a loss to South Alabama somehow for Auburn too. But if you limp into that game at 2-1 or 1-2, and that's your SEC opener, man, it's gonna be. You might see Freeze get fired at halftime if this game goes sideways. But the Oklahoma defense, you gotta feel like is gonna be better than the Auburn offense. So now for Oklahoma, what are you getting from Mateer? How does that translate over to the SEC? And is he really ready for it? So it's an interesting game.
And I said before y'all got on, I said earlier that weeks 1 through 4, as far as the AP poll is concerned, there will be plenty of shakeups there. Like a game that we're not even talking about is going to be in week 2, Oklahoma playing Michigan. That's going to be a good one. And I'm one of those teams. I'm one of these guys that's watching Michigan. Because me personally, I don't think the NCAA is going to do anything to them. I don't see it happening. I really don't. I don't think that Michigan is going to get in trouble for sign stealing. I believe it's going to be one of those things where they were with allegations, but they couldn't prove it. This, that, and the third. So, but I believe that weeks 1 through 4, there will be many shakeups, and by the time Alabama plays Georgia, you could see Georgia number 1, 2, and then Bama right up there around 4 or 5. You never can tell how it's going to go, because week 1 is going to be shaky. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, we know that the season doesn't start today or tomorrow, like what Coach DeBoer and what Coach Grubb is saying. And we know that the season gets tricky. It's going to be tricky. There are going to be some tricky games. There'll be some teams lose a game that they're supposed to win. It happens every year. But if the playoffs were to start today, I'm going to start with you, Herb. If the playoffs were to start today, Bama would be in. But tell me, there's a team that did not make the top 25. What team do you think has that potential to ease their way in somewhere, and before you know it, they in that 12?
That's not in the top 25, or that is in the top 25 but outside of the 12 right now?
Well, they're outside of it. They're outside
of the 12. Yeah,
they're outside of the 12.
Just kind of glancing at what's in here, there's, I don't know, you can pick almost one from every conference. SMU is I'd have to look at their schedule, but if they repeat anything like they had last year and the ACC is as weak as what I think it's going to be, that's an interesting one. Texas A&M is a name that keeps, man, you'll see a top 25 that has them at 20. I've seen what people are releasing polls where they're like 8 and 9 through the year. They're one that, like, I haven't, because we don't play them, I haven't looked at them as much, but they're an interesting team. Like, and you know what's going to happen with them. And then I had a third one as I was looking at this AP, and then Ole Miss, man. What are they getting from Simmons? You know, did they miss their? I'm of the belief that I think they missed their best chance last year, and I don't think it's going to get any better than people were assuming they were going to make the playoffs last year, and they missed. So can they improve with Simmons? You lost Dart, you know, who's proved to be way better than anybody thought. Can Simmons come in and be that guy? Can Lane continue with what he's been doing, or is that chance over and gone? So, and I know somebody to say it's Kentucky in there. We're not talking about a basketball 25. We're talking about football.
Stacey, dear, you are being sarcastic, aren't you? I hope you are. But be reminded, Stacey, Kentucky almost beat y'all last year if they would have had a half decent quarterback. They were just a quarterback away from beating Georgia last year. Be sharp. Who's on the outside looking in that could possibly find themselves in that 12th spot or even higher?
I think he stumped him.
Be sharp.
Oh, my fault, man. My fault, man. My fault. Oh, man, moving on slow, man. My fault. I was about to say, because I couldn't remember. I remember, like, who was in the top 10. I can't remember who below that. My bad. Who was
South Carolina. South Carolina's sitting at 13. If that's a team you hire low.
I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now.
No.
How am I drawing a blank just that quick? Give me 1 second. Jesus Christ. I don't know how I'm doing it.
And Boise is basically barely holding on to this thing at 25. I feel like
okay, here we go. My fault.
All right, dude, you got you.
All right, I can see Florida. One team that I said that is an underdog that everybody need to watch out for is Texas A&M, for real. Texas A&M is definitely, and see, shout out to him, man. He definitely.
That's Mr.
Hey, man,
P.
because of their schedule, how they schedule is lined up, I think they go to Notre Dame. That's the really only big one outside of Texas at the end of the year. Who else on there? They really don't play everybody. I think they don't play Georgia. They don't play Alabama. I think Florida come to them. Auburn come to them. A lot of their games that are big outside of Texas and Notre Dame are at home. Mm-hmm. So everything lines up well. They're going to have a great defense over there. They're going to have Desmond Ritz back there, Julian Humphrey back there. Two good corners in the SEC. They're going to have a good offensive line. I believe everything is setting up for Texas A&M to make a run. Are they going to be like Coach Al say? Are they going to be Texas? No, it ain't what Coach Al said. It's either Coach Al or Jason. Texas 8-4. Texas A&M 8-4. I don't know what they're going to be. The games that they should win, they lose. The games that they should lose, they win sometimes. So I don't know if we're going to get that type of team. I think Ole Miss last year had a big chance of making the playoffs, and
I think that was it, bro. I think that was it.
Yeah. I think if Austin Simmons can step up.
And I got Texas A&M schedule at the bottom and the AP poll at the bottom if you need either one of them.
Okay. Give me all of Texas A&M because I think the only one is Notre Dame and Texas on the road. That's like really, really big games. If they can just squeak out one of those, they're good.
You'll have to go to the bottom and click it to bring it up.
Let me see. Talking about that, right?
Talking
about that right there?
That's the poll. Nope, the next one.
Let's see. Let me remove that. Right. That's not it. I don't see the other one.
Oh, scroll down then maybe if there's too many. I can't see what you see.
Okay, I see it. There we go.
Yeah, so look at that. Notre Dame on the road. Okay, LSU is going to be a good one. They had reports that
Nussmeier's hurt.
No, yeah, but I think that was a bunch of BS. So
they said tendonitis is what they came back with.
Yeah, so pretty much he's gonna be all right. If he's playing, then LSU is gonna be a tough game on the road. Outside of that, all their main games that they can win, like they can win at Arkansas, they can win at Missouri. They should win. Look how their schedule is set up, man. It's set up for them to be in a SEC championship. If they can get past Notre Dame, they have a good chance of going undefeated, possibly into the LSU game, and then possibly the Texas game if they get past LSU. So this is a chance for them. Marcel Reed is going to come back. He should be a better quarterback than he was last year, and I know he wants to get that revenge on how they lost in Auburn last year. So it's going to be a good one.
Well, I've been high on Texas A&M as my dark horse, as basically my sleeper, if you will, and they be one of those teams, that could possibly sneak in and be that 12th team. But my problem with them is going to be with LSU. They're hurt. Okay.
There's some landmines at Notre Dame, at LSU, at Texas. That's your toughest road, but South Carolina, Florida, and Auburn coming in. So I agree with Kyle at 9-3 for Texas A&M. I think that's probably about where I'd say they land.
Yeah. I can see that. But I did say that Texas A&M will be one of those teams that will that's going to upset some folks. And then they could also be one of those teams that'll keep somebody else from going.
Mm-hmm.
That's I'm one of them conspiracy theory type guys where I look at something where they could just keep somebody out.
Yeah.
You know, keep them out. And
Dude,
so,
on our thing, I have them beating Texas at the end of the year.
you think so?
Just one of the picks I'm making. You know, by the end of the like, these teams could be totally different by the time we get to that point. But I've got Texas at 9-3 on the year too, so I'm gonna have.
We got Texas at 9-3. I don't see them.
Yeah.
Only games like they're tough games. They get out of Ohio State. They get out of the Swamp
Georgia.
and Georgia. If they can win two of those games, they straight.
Yeah, but if they lose Ohio State and they lose Georgia, all I gotta do is trip them up one other time in this schedule with a
I don't see them
shaky offensive line and a new quarterback.
I don't see them being that. Like I know they lost some guys. I know they lost Banks. Banks is a big one that they lost, but I just don't see them being that shaky on the offensive line. The defense is gonna be top tier. I know you lost Jade Barron, but you still bring back a lot of guys back there. And then those young receivers like Wingo, and I don't know how much Jamie French gonna play. Then you get CJ Baxter back. So it's a lot of stuff going Texas' way. But I just need their fans to calm down at like they're the second coming. Like, nah, bro, calm down. You got to show it on the field. You got to beat Georgia first.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what. If Georgia beat them again, I'm gonna say y'all got a Georgia problem. You know, they got a Georgia problem. But Auburn, Baylor, and then we're talking about first games. Tennessee, Syracuse. What you think?
Yeah, that's like one of those sneaky kind of games. I have to take another look at Syracuse, but Tennessee, I mean, if you start reading message boards, people think the sky is falling. You know, they're still in a quarterback battle this late. I think everyone tries to give Tennessee too much credit for the Nico situation. You don't go into the end of spring ball and still have an issue there. So, and then if you're Tennessee, man, you got Syracuse, and you got 2 games later, you have Georgia. You better get this thing corrected very, very quickly. So
very quickly.
You know, I'm just not, I guess, that high on Syracuse. So I guess that's the only reason why Tennessee might escape this one. But if you're Syracuse, this is a chance to knock off, you know, one of the SEC, a team that made the playoffs last year. Tennessee better get it together quickly. So that could be an interesting one. That's going to be one of those under the radar ones that you're watching the big games, but you're going to check the score to that game.
Gotcha. Be sharp. Syracuse, Tennessee, what you think?
I forgot, dude. Tennessee go up there or they come down to them?
They're going to Tennessee this year. No, wait a minute. Are they playing? They're playing in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Virginia Tech was playing in Atlanta.
Both of them are. Virginia Tech is going to play Sunday in Atlanta, and Syracuse and Tennessee, according to this, they're playing Saturday.
Okay. I didn't realize them also. I knew the other one was, so.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna still have Tennessee.
Yeah.
For the edge right now, but Syracuse is still got a squad down there. I like what Fran Brown is building up there. He's bringing those recruits in, especially going down there to South Florida, getting those players. So you definitely got to watch out of that. So, but I'm gonna still get an edge to Tennessee right now. I just got to see how their quarterback play.
Yeah.
Him coming in from, I think it was Appalachian State, then he went to UCLA, and then he came.
Aguilar, yeah, but he hasn't even won the job yet either. So that's interesting.
Oh yeah, because you got George McIntyre's there too. Yep. So yeah, it's gonna be. I'm gonna give him the edge because of experience, but I don't know I don't know why I didn't think about that. George McIntyre being
in the mix. Yeah,
that's gonna be interesting.
Tennessee is favored right now by 14, so we might be thinking more about it than anybody else.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and here's another one that I'm looking at: Notre Dame, Miami.
Notre Dame, Miami.
We just talked Notre Dame the other day too.
Notre Dame, Miami. That's going to be interesting. I'm not going to lie to you. I think Miami lost a whole lot. They got one of the guys from the crib, Dylan, down here in Phoenix City, Alabama, man, one of the top wide receivers in last year's cycle, recruiting cycle. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on Dylan's last name right now. But Notre Dame returned so much. They pretty much returned everybody because everybody on their team last year was young outside of Riley Leonard.
Yep.
So you still got Jeremiah Love right there. Man, it's going to be tough. And is that one a neutral site game?
They're playing in Miami.
Yep. In Miami.
Oh, so that's going to be interesting. So only time will tell, man. I like Miami has a somewhat home field advantage, I guess. They really don't play out there like how they used to. So I won't even give them a home field advantage, but I got Miami right now.
Really?
I think they're going to win that game just off the defense because the defense is going to be tough again this year.
I'm interested in what Stacy's saying. Stacy's saying Beck has weapons, and Stacy go Dogs. We all know she's Georgia, but I can see I see which way she's coming from. But I'm interested. I guess you could say, did Beck not have the weapons at Georgia, and he's going to have the weapons in Miami? I mean,
they were plagued with a lot of drops early on in with Beck was there. And then if you talk to a lot of people, there was some internal stuff with Beck. Some people felt like he got too much of a big head there. I haven't talked to a person yet that was super upset that Beck came back out of the portal, went to Miami. And I think they're all in on Gunner. So I don't think they're missing him. But it just seemed like he wasn't the same player that was a Heisman candidate. Like by the end of the year, it didn't seem like the same.
Right.
But in the beginning of the year, it was a lot of drops, which was funny because the second Gunner came in, I think was that second half against, was that Texas? They caught everything for him.
Yeah.
So it was a wild transformation. But, I think it was time for Beck to go.
Herb, even when they were playing Texas and the balls that were kind of uncatchable, they caught them.
Yes.
They caught them. And I do believe they as a team was wanting to send Texas this message that we'll come here to Texas and beat you. And they did that. It wasn't even really close. It wasn't even really close. But she said that Beck didn't have the people around him he needed. I'm of the firm persuasion Beck benefited from a year or so of Brock Bowers and Ladd McConkey. And I forgot those, I forgot the running back's name, but they were loaded but I'm not quite sure if he's going to have that caliber of weapon at Miami, not this time, because he's stepping in, taking Cam Ward's place. Right. And I'm not sure about their wideouts and all that good stuff, but I don't see Miami beating Notre Dame in the first game of the year.
I lean Notre Dame.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, Notre Dame is going to go with the exact same thing they did last year: running game and defense. And we talked about Love, but listen to them talk about it. They have a stable of like 6 backs that they could throw out there at any time. So they're going to go with the same formula they always have. And I think, especially early on, I think that's what gives them the edge.
Yeah, Nate Frazier. Yeah, Susan, Nate Frazier. And matter of fact, Nate Frazier, if I'm not mistaken, I have him on my college fantasy team. Him, Jam Miller, few others, a couple others from Georgia and Bama. That's what mine is pretty much made up of. But I had a good time. But you had a good time with that fantasy draft. LSU Clemson, Herb. What you think about that one?
Man, it's hard for me to pick against Clemson. Just because of the way LSU. I know they're it's in their minds. They got to get off to a good start. All that noise. And usually I would just automatically take an SEC team over an ACC team. But you just expect LSU to fall flat on their face, And I know we're downplaying the Nussmeier injury, says just tendonitis, they should be okay. But if he's not 100%, that's even worse. But you can't go against LSU and Brian and Kelly's record in game ones. I'm going Clemson just for that fact and that fact alone.
Oh, Clemson's gonna beat them, man. Clemson's gonna beat them. Clemson's gonna beat them, and they're gonna. It's gonna be some interesting game. But the only reason that I'm highlighting them, Herb, is because of the AP poll and the shakeup that's going to happen in the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season. Because you've got guys, you got teams that's going to be playing each other within the top 10, within the top 5, within the top 10, within the top 25. They're going to all be playing each other. And that I'm not so much worried where everybody is right about now. Those first 4 weeks, those AP polls mean nothing to me. It goes back to like what you said a couple of minutes ago. It's right around week 6. That's when the real fun begins. Because now you're looking at the playoff picture, and some things are going to start shaping up. And that's what one of the guys was saying this morning is that we got the LaQuasia, roll tide. That's what one of the guys was saying this morning is that, okay, first 2-3 weeks, you get yourself together. But for Alabama, starting in week 4 with Georgia, now you got to keep it moving. You got to be on top of your game.
Yeah.
And so
absolutely.
Say what, Herb?
No, I said no, I agree with you. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. That's why you might start seeing a couple of these huge matchups at the beginning of the year go away, because teams are really trying to work in and get more geared towards their conference schedule, especially if the SEC goes to 9 games. You're not going to want to start off with and I know we're thinking about Florida State, not being that good right now, but when you schedule these games, Florida State was, much better. So you might see a lot of those go away. Why would you want to play Florida State and then 9 SEC, games? Or like when this home and away we've got coming up with Ohio State. Why would you want to start with Ohio State and then go to 9 conference games? So you could see a lot of that change.
I got you.
But I agree, man. You got to get into the heart of the schedule to really see what you have from your team.
Mm-hmm. And so, which leads me to the last one, Bama versus Florida State. Yep. What do you see? At 8/11/2025, the year of our Lord, what do you see? What do you think?
I think Castellanos talked himself into stuff that wrote some checks that he's not going to be able to cash. I didn't realize this until we talked with Brian Smith, Locked On Seminoles. The whole starting offensive line for Florida State is all transfers. Yeah. That doesn't bode well for your first game either. The defense is going to be hungry. I think you're going to see somewhere in there unsportsmanlike contact penalty. You're going to get a 15-yarder somewhere on the defense for Castellanos because of the comments he made. But I think Alabama grinds it out. It might not be what we want in that first quarter, maybe not the first half, but I think we grind it out. Castellanos will hit a couple runs that'll make us mad, but I think we're winning this one by double digits. And maybe we have just enough go wrong to where we can have some stuff work on for the next week versus just squashing them. But I think Alabama wins this one. And I'm going to be there, so they better win this one.
I hear you. LaQuasia, we don't have long. I'm excited too, LaQuasia. I'm excited myself. I'm very excited. I've been saying this, Herb. I don't know if you get a chance to hear my my morning show and everything, but I said that this is how I envision the first play, especially if Alabama gets the ball first. I said that FSU is gonna stack the box. They're gonna load the box up, 6-7 in the box. They're gonna load it because they're gonna want to send a message to the quarterback.
Right.
I said that if the quarterback reads the blitz, and the blitz is picked up properly by the line and the backs that are in the backfield, however the blocking scheme is set up. And I made the statement that I want to see an intermediate route run, like right there where you're putting possibly a linebacker on a wide out right there, and if he gets that step on him and they complete that short yardage, and he busts that bad boy, it will be a long day.
Yes,
for
sir.
Florida State.
Yes,
It's going to be a long day because you will not be able to contain that. That's going to be a lot of speed there, Herb. There's going to be a lot of speed.
I agree.
There.
I agree.
I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of speed. So I was on another site and they were talking about Bama, Florida State. And one of the guys made a statement that said, well, apparently Bama's DBs are not as good as everybody's hyping them up to be. So we're just going to say blitz, blitz, blitz. I got in their chat and I just said, you will be sorry.
Yeah.
You're going to be sorry you did that. I wouldn't do that. Don't do it, Chewy. Don't do it. So I believe Florida State's going to try their hand at that blitz and bring it. Whomever the quarterback is going to start, complete that short, and it's going to be, as I say from time to time, yonder goes Jesus on the bicycle.
Hey, man, sorry I was away for a minute, man. There was a lot going on at one time, but I know it's almost that time, so I'm going to have to switch over there.
Yeah, we coming. We're coming. I'm getting ready to pronounce the benediction in just a minute.
Yes,
dude, Herb, if you want to jump on, Herb, let me know, man. I seen the link.
Okay, let me finish up a couple of things I was doing tonight over there too.
Herb, I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem, man. No problem.
Appreciate everybody, man. Hopefully see everybody over there, man. Got Justin on there. We got a real insider that can answer all your questions that's going on in with Alabama, man. But of course, man, appreciate it, dog. And I'm gonna be back on here hopefully in the morning or that afternoon, however it work, man.
Yeah, I'll be around. And one more thing, here's gonna be, I think, gonna be the game changer. Right where you go, right here, Daniel Hill, 6'1", 244. That's gonna be a whole lot of train coming at you, especially running it downhill. So remember that name, everybody, Daniel Hill. I believe we're gonna be fine in our running game. I think we're gonna be straight. All I worry about basically is the O-line and its health. Yes. The injuries. That's what I've been worried about, Herb. So anyway, before we get out of here, y'all, I'm so glad to have my friend Herb. Herb, on those other channels that we be frequenting, it'd be some crazy stuff going on.
Man. And I can't keep up with it, man. If you step away for a second, you come back, it's 50 more messages, and you come in the middle of a conversation. I'm like, I don't know what these people are talking about.
It is crazy. But Herb, tell everybody where they can find you.
Yes, sir. The Herb and Raj podcast. Sorry, I was running late, so I didn't get to put everything up there. But Herb and Raj podcast is our channel, man. You see my brother later on in the day. You'll see more in these chats and stuff like that. You see us on Twitter. That's the Twitter handle on there, Raj_Herb. But videos, we going live tomorrow night. We actually have a Big Ten preview tomorrow night, 8 p.m. And we've got a Penn State guy coming on to talk. So they're under a lot of scrutiny this year with James Franklin. So that should be an interesting talk. So come check us out, man. We appreciate it. And like I said, we appreciate the invitation, man.
I appreciate you, Herb. And in the morning, y'all know it's Big Ten Tuesday. Jacob's going to be on from Underwood Unleashed.
Okay.
That's Jacob.
I was going to say, I don't know Jacob, but I know Underwood Unleashed.
Underwood Unleashed. That's Jacob. Underwood Unleashed will be on in the morning. He's my every Tuesday guest when we're talking about Big Ten football, namely Michigan in his case.
Of course.
He bleeds that blue and maize and blue. And we're trying to fix it to where I was trying to get an Ohio State fan on here, a podcaster, but they are acting shy right about now. But tomorrow will be Underwood Unleashed, better known as Jacob. He'll be there in the morning. And then what time for you tomorrow, Herb?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. That's Central?
Yep. Central time. 8 p.m. Central.
All right. And if you send me the link, bro, I'll be on there. Or I'll find you on YouTube. I'll find you.
Okay. I'll send it to you too. Like we want people in there because I feel like there's a lot of questions about Penn State. And I want people, I already warned the guy, say, hey, look, you're going to get a lot of live chats. So Be ready
Yes.
for it. So,
Y'all
what
heard.
time are y'all in the morning?
I'm on at 8:00 Central.
Central. Okay. I'll
Yeah,
check
I'm
y'all
on-
out. I have a later job tomorrow, so I'll check y'all out in the morning too. So.
Yeah, and we'll be there. And so thank everybody for coming. For all 44 of y'all in the chat. Ebony, what's up, sis? What's up, baby girl? LaQuasia, ain't spoke to you properly. Van, good to see you. Susan, always good to see you. I saw you. I heard that. Stacy Go Dogs, good to see you. OG Gil Cruz, Latoya, all y'all. Jeff, what's up? Anitra, what the business is? Mr. P, y'all know what time it is. Now listen, it is time for us to vacate these premises. We need to go over and let's bombard B Sharp like
Definitely.
right
Let's
now.
go.
And so I thank you again, Herb, for coming.
Oh, no
And
problem, man. Appreciate it.
everybody for being in the chat. Like I said, all 40-something of y'all that was in the chat. Great conversation. We love our Tide. We love college football. We love each other. We love the Lord and all that good stuff. So y'all have a great night. Forget them trees, hedges, and everybody else that goes against Alabama. And always remember, you can do all things through Christ. And then the other part is Buster still needing a job. So if you can find Buster a job, find Buster a job. That is. But if he don't want it, you can't make him. You can lead the horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. So number 2, 3-stroke Charlie. Well, I can't help you. And then number 3, Billy, you still too short to play basketball. And so anyway,
it is what it is, man. It is
what it is. So he ain't grown up yet. So until in the morning, thank you, Zach Pitcher Gaming. Let's be sure and support all of these podcasters and content creators and all that good stuff. Remember, it's their time. It's our time today. It's probably going to be yours tomorrow. So have a great night. Let's head over to B Sharp, and I'll see y'all later. I'll see you in the morning for the morning run. Y'all have a great night. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, everybody.
Thank you.